a countdown, but maybe it doesn't. It didn't. So you're alive. There was no countdown.
No, there was no countdown.
You know, some people have these countdown counters and lovely stuff happening. We're our own countdown counter.
We are, and apparently we have our own music too.
Yeah, because no copyright issues with that, is there?
Not the thought.
No.
Fresh off the boat, folks. Fresh off the boat.
Sorry. Let's try to
It's the first time.
What you got going on? What do you got going on over there? Huh?
I was trying to turn down. I was actually powering down my mobile device. My new mobile device. Thank God.
Oh, so hey, you got yourself an iPhone.
Not really, but yeah, I had a new phone, but not I.
New phone, but not an iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't got no iPhone, we can't invite you over to Clubhouse.
I know, but the eyes have it. I'm actually going to get an iPhone this year. I'm making myself do it.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys! I had so much fun on Clubhouse last night. I have to tell you.
Tell me.
I did my first Canva class on Clubhouse.
Did you really? How was that?
Well, I was like doing it on my computer and walking through the steps of what I was doing. So I was able to teach them a thing that they could do when they got home and they could create their own. They were very excited.
Wow.
And after that, I learned how to use Canva better on my phone. So the next lesson is going to be Canva
on the phone.
While we're on Clubhouse, we're all going to create together.
Stop it!
That's dope.
That is dope. That's dope. That's dope. So,
dope. And then we can all like upload them to our Instagrams and say, you know, create it live on Clubhouse.
So let me ask you a question. Have you created your own clubhouseness?
Club. I have a club. I have the Becoming Bold You Club because, you know, that sounds like a, you know,
super cool.
Becoming Bold You. And it's all about who you are, who you want to become, who you want to show up in the world as, how you want to present yourself. So part of presenting yourself is your graphics, what they look like. Are they presenting the look and the feel of who you are? Because I actually presented my graphics to somebody last night and she's like, she's like, oh, wait, these are your colors. It's like, that's right. You don't have to like my colors because this is not your logo. It's mine. So, yeah, because we don't like everybody's.
No,
it doesn't happen. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that more.
Congratulations.
And I'm launching the shortcut how-tos on my brand new live online learning YouTube channel, which I started last night. Yeah.
Yes.
And on the 27th, which is soon.
5 days
Wednesday
next week
on Wednesday. So Tuesday for America, 26th, but the 27th for me. I have Hanny. I can't remember his last name and I don't want to butcher it. So Hanny, who is the creator of Repurpose. If you're not using a tool like Repurpose, he's going to do a little demo.
That's awesome.
On shortcut how-tos with the pros. He's my first guest pro. I will be doing stuff every week on there, shortcut how-tos with the pros. I will be doing a show every week, which will be I'm the pro with graphics. So I will be doing a graphics show every week, unless I have somebody who has a tool that I think y'all could use to do your graphics or repurpose or any of the other tools. We'll talk about all the tools that you need to be online to present yourself to the world.
Good.
So I'm honing in, ladies, honing in.
I love it.
This clubhouse that you set up, this house or this club or this room or this stage or what's it called?
Becoming Bold You. So if you go, are you on Clubhouse right now, Sarah?
I'm not. I'm writing notes. Becoming bold, you. Okay, so I'm on Clubhouse. I'm just heading
So when
over
you go to Clubhouse, so this is,
Whoops.
this is part of how I teach over there. So you go tap on Clubhouse
I'm at
and go find.
I'm at Clubhouse.
Yep. So go find me. Search for Cindy Lou.
Search for Cindy Lou Who.
You know who I am. I don't know why I'm searching for myself. All I have to do is go to my profile.
Yeah.
Cindy Lou Miller, helping
Yep.
creatives multiply their message.
Yes. So
Awesome.
if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of my profile.
Look at
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I made that last night.
Way to go.
On my phone. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and then go to the member of area.
Yes.
Do you see the butterfly breaking through? Because that's, that's what
do.
you are when you become bold. If you tap on that, and then you can have something that comes up that says follow. Yep. Tap on the follow. And that means you're following my club. And then I will get the invite and invite you to, now I'm going to tap on yours and add you as a member. Yay!
Look
there you
at
go. You got the
that.
notice right there.
See how easy
I was
that
added as a member. So there you go. Now when I do member only things, you will get to see them.
Means I can come support you in your clubhouse.
Yes.
That's awesome. What time do you do your clubhouse, Cindy Lou?
So
what's that now?
Time? What time do you do your club?
Yeah, what time do you do your club show?
I have not yet put it into a solid schedule, but as soon as I do, I will put that up. Yeah, well, you can.
Gotcha.
But people, if they're following my club, they'll get a notice when I schedule something. They get a notice if they are following the club.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome. Wonderful. I'm happy for you, Cindy Lou. You're doing it.
I'm so super proud of you.
I'm doing it.
You are doing it.
Ain't no mountain high enough, okay?
Yeah. So that just made 30 people following or members. Now you've just hit number 30, Miss Sarah. Thank you.
Way to go, Sarah.
I just crossed 1,000. Oh, I have 1,038. I only crossed 1,000 yesterday. So
that's followers. Look at that.
So hello to my Clubhouse followers if you're watching this.
Hey, Clubhouse followers. Have your followers follow her for more. Thank you very much.
Yes, come on. She's so worth every single cent. My goodness. And to get all this stuff free, I mean, you guys have got no idea what you are getting.
And
so
she's
do you have a cash app on there as well so that we can throw you some coin?
Yeah, I have my PayPal on there. I have my PayPal on there. I don't have a cash app, but I have my Paypal.
Gotcha.
I'm in the wrong country to do a cash app. I have to work that out at some point.
So
go ahead.
Carry on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, but I mean, I don't know, like you probably, well, we'll talk offline about that Cash App deal. Yeah.
We'll talk about that. It's just because I'm in New Zealand.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
But we're talking about today, Sarah's implementation.
Now to move on to the middle bouncing bean.
The middle bouncing ball. Maybe I need to get me a bouncing ball.
Bounce the ball this way.
So tell me.
Ball is bounced.
So tell me, 2 days ago we were talking and you said to me, oh, I wish I was you. And I said, why? And you said, because you're really rocking it and doing it. And here I am 2 days later and I haven't posted in the last 2 days. And you've done all this stuff. Like, what the heck just happened?
I figured out.
Or did you? What happened there? Was it encouragement?
Yeah.
What was it, Cindy Lou? Nope. Go.
Okay. So I was talking over you guys and I had to realize I had to be quiet.
We're doing that too. We just sucked today about that today. Sorry, y'all. It's just happening.
I know, right? It's a Northeast thing. It is. It's totally a Northeast thing.
You think?
Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not from the Northeast.
Northeastern. You're just Northeastern. You didn't know it.
I'm just excited and I just like, come on, tell me more. This is so exciting. Like what happened? What switched for you?
So 2
Look
days
at that
ago when I
grin.
talked,
Look at that grin. Do you see that look on her face?
Yeah.
You see her whole face just lit up. Okay,
couple
I'm gonna
of
be
days ago when I talked to you, I was super depressed. Yeah,
Aw.
super depressed. And even yesterday, kind of like up and down. And then last night, I kind of felt like I'm getting an idea of what I want to do. So one of the things that I definitely want to do is this that we're going to do today. So this is a side, we're kind of on a side thing, side tangent here for a minute, which is walk Sarah through the process of what does she need to do in order to get the project done. So whether that's getting your course online, getting your book written, creating your website, like planning out the process of your funnels, knowing what you're going to do and helping you to plan that out is my sweet spot, I would say.
That's true.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely her. Yeah. That Trello
And
ministry up there.
I've never talked about it. I've never talked about it. I've never shared it really with the world. I've never thought about simply offering planning sessions where what we do is we break it down and we put it into the pieces and away you go.
And you said you thought that was what I was really good at, but what I'm really good at is pulling things apart and saying, okay, so what's your idea and what are you thinking about and what does this look like and all that sort of thing. And then it's just like you've got the planning thing down pat. You really do.
But part of it is what you do, Sarah, that pulling it apart. Part of the planning is kind of pulling it apart. So having you help with that could be very interesting. I hadn't thought about that. So it was definitely like you could do the same thing, Sarah. And Cassandra, you've done it with me, so you could totally do it. And you do it. You guys both do it.
Yeah.
I think once you know the territory, it's a lot easier. But having somebody who is a specialist, and that's exactly what you are, as a specialist in the area.
An online business setup, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like online.
Yeah.
Presenting yourself online, basically. And how do you want to do that? And where do you need to go? And figuring out what you already have and all of that, which is kind of what we're going to do today, but we're going to do it with it is what we're going to do today, not kind of. We are going to do this today with a different thing, which is the end goal is getting the book published, right? To get it ready for launch. And then we'll do another planning for the launch and what we're going to do during the launch. Sarah likes to do things in small chunks. Cassandra likes to do things in massive, intensive, long sessions. I've worked with both of these ladies in doing these processes. Sarah and I will work for half an hour, 40 minutes, and we're done. Cassandra and I will work for 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
So whether you want to do it in little chunks, which is 87 to 147, depending on if you want to do a 30-minute session, it's $87. If you want to do an hour to 90 minutes, it's 147. So you kind of get a bit of a discount there to, going a little bit longer, we get a little bit more done. And then if you want to do an intensive, that 4 to 6 hours, that is like, I haven't priced that out.
It's going to be a nice shiny penny piece.
$6.99, $5.99.
Yeah, I'm thinking like $6.97.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because it's a lot of my energy.
I'm thinking more than that. That's okay.
It's a truckload. And
it really...
This is a class 5 truckload of value. Like seriously, that is massively discounted. $6.97 for the value that she brings. Now, this lady is an absolute specialist in what she does. And I want to say this online because I want to absolutely honor this woman because I have said
an introductory price.
This what?
That's an introductory price.
Yeah, that's the introductory because it's $1,500. Go ahead.
Sorry.
So what I wanted to say is that I've watched Cindy Lou for the last 7 years, and I apologize because I thought you were nuts. I absolutely apologize. I do. I absolutely.
So many people have thought that.
Oh,
completely
what part
with
do you think she
shame, and I humble myself and I say, look, I am really sorry. I did not see what you were doing. I did not understand what you were doing 7 years ago. I couldn't get my head around it 7 years ago. And you have been so single-minded in figuring out how all this stuff works. And you are so perfectly placed right now to be able to do what you're doing. And I had no idea that I would be in this position, but thank God he did. And he knew how long you were going to take to learn all the stuff that you've learned, to become a master in what you have learned. And I just absolutely want to honor you for the single-minded focus that you have put in the hard yards. And it has not been easy for you. And I've watched you struggle with it. And I've been so proud of you and so impressed with you, because, you haven't, I didn't want to detract from what you were doing. I tried to understand what you were doing. I couldn't get my head around it. But you were so determined to do this, and you have put the last 7 years, you have put everything into this. And so when you pay your $6.97 discounted introductory price, seriously, you're getting a class 5 50-ton massive load of expertise and insight and wisdom that she has earned and learned over the past 7 years. So you totally need to honor this woman, because she has worked her butt off for you. And if that comes across as too strong, tough, get over it. She is amazing, and I cannot sing her praises high enough. I am in awe of what she has done in the last 7 years with everything that she has been going through, being main carer for her husband, her own physical health, medical health, having a concussion. Nothing has stood in her way. And I wanted, pace twice. Hello, twice.
2 pacemaker surgeries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Together with, numerous other issues. And she has just stayed the course. And I am so proud and so privileged, absolutely privileged and honored to call her my friend, my colleague, my guide, my mentor, somebody I absolutely adore. And I am so privileged to be sharing this platform with you, Cindy Lou.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just, want to unload a full 50-ton of love on you for what you've done, for the way that you have stayed the path, for the way that you have, written your books and pursued your passion. I'm in awe.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm so glad I met Cassandra along the way.
Girl, God, don't get me started, because, my God, we'd be here another half an hour talking just that piece alone. But I'm so stoked to see how, I think that's what I love about you, Cindy Lou, the most, is your tenacity. You are so determined to excel. And what I love about that is that you really don't care anymore what people think. You're so free in that. And when you look at that, that childhood development cartoon thing back in the day called Free to Be You and Me, you are really free to be who you are, and you choose to be who you are. And then on top of it, you're just like, your tenacity, like you are so determined to get it done and to be. That's what inspires me. Do tell, Dolly, what happened last night?
Last night I was on Clubhouse and I was helping somebody to do something. And she's like, it's not working. I'm not getting what I don't understand. And I'm like, that's all right. Come back to this start. Come back to here. We'll start again. Just tell me what you see every step of the way. So I love helping people get started on Clubhouse and figure it out and have a great experience with the app, because it is the fastest way to connect with people. Like, we put these videos out and right now we have 0 viewers. When you're in a room and we're having a conversation just like this, we have all the viewers. They're in the room. There's people there. There's people that come on. And then you can invite them to the stage with you and have a conversation and really talk about things. So I'm not on Facebook as much as I was. I am over on Clubhouse a whole lot more. I'm working on how to combine them so that I can do these lives and have them on Clubhouse streaming live at the same time, and then open up the Clubhouse room for the discussion after.
That
So
sounds strong.
we have one problem with that, though. Miss
What is it?
Cassandra does not have an iPad or an iPhone.
Well,
So if
here's the
there
deal.
are any friends of Cassandra's that could get her an iPad or an iPhone as a gift, would you please take care of that so that we can have these over there?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old it is. It doesn't matter if it's 2013.
You
It'll
guys
still
are too
work.
kind. You're too kind. It's in my first quarter plan. It really
Okay.
is. It's in my first
All right.
quarter plan. We only got 2 more months. It's in the quarter.
So
Yeah.
everyone who's ever thought about going live
Mhm.
on camera and you need help to do that, talk to Cassandra so she can get this iPhone, would you? Okay. So
Oh, you
none
just
of
zoned
this
me. I
that
love
we
it.
have just none of this that we have just talked about
What
was
we're gonna
planned
talk
for today.
None of it. Okay?
None of it.
None of it.
So we have 15 minutes left before Cassandra has to go. We have half an hour before both of us need to go, Sarah and I. So let's
just rolling
plan
up
your
my
thing.
sleeves.
Sarah is the one that we're talking about. We're talking about her book and getting her book from where it is now to published. And also in that piece of it, I was talking with Sarah earlier this morning and explaining to her that we also need to gather her launch team at the same time.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
So we're going to be gathering people along the way who want to be a part of her launch team. You can already get her book in pre-sales. Sarah has already set that up. That was our goal, was to get that set up before today. We've tried a couple of different ways. Sometimes you run into blocks along the way or construction that's happening and it doesn't quite work and you got to find another avenue. What she's got set up is actually a shop on Facebook where you can go and pay for the book pre-sales, and you can.
Sarah, please send me a link.
I would, but I went back to look for my shop this morning and I couldn't find it.
Okay, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. There must be a blockade up.
I absolutely want to support you on that piece. So please, when you get the opportunity, that is, when you get the do send me a link.
So when I go to Sarah Louise, it's right there.
It's right there.
Oh, I turned my phone on.
See, look at there it is.
Oh,
that's the cover of my book.
The Day in the Valley. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's what. Okay, yeah, I gotta get it.
So what's the price on this, Cindy Lou?
$32.95 New Zealand dollars. So that's going to be about 25, probably American dollars, around that.
$32.95 New Zealand dollars includes GST and New Zealand free shipping.
Yes.
New Zealand only free shipping. I don't know what it's going to cost to send it to the States.
Right. But if Cassandra pre-buys on here, you'll make sure that she gets one through Amazon sent to her house directly.
Exactly.
Once it's published on Amazon.
Exactly.
That's how it works. I figure out how to do that.
That's where Cindy looks in.
We're going to get it traditionally published here, and then we're also going to get it put on Amazon.
Which is why I'm going to the Guru.
Going what?
I'm going to the Guru.
She's over there. Oh, she's over here.
Well, I'm
on the other side. Yeah, there you go.
She's over here.
I'm pointing this way, and it looks to me like you're there.
And she is.
And yeah, that's the way I was trying to point. You're there, which is
when I point there.
Weird because you're actually over there. Anyway, we're wasting time.
Okay, so
Guru.
Because we're doing it on both places, we're going to have to add in something that I have not yet done as a publisher. but I'm going to be doing, which is getting an ISBN number. So remember that we need to add that in there, because I've been using the ones simply on Amazon, unless we choose to publish purely with Amazon and ship them all here. So we need to make that decision. That's one of the things we need to decide along the way. Okay.
Don't we need an ISBN number anyway?
Yes. If you publish on Amazon,
Mhm.
and they're your primary publish, like that's the primary place where people get the printed copies, you can get an ISBN number through Amazon,
Mhm.
through KDP.
Okay.
If, however, you want to have it printed here in New Zealand also, I'm thinking we'd be better to get an ISBN number that's outside of Amazon only, KDP. Because this is going to go global.
Yeah.
So you need a ISBN number that will grow with your book. We're creating more than a book here. We're creating an experience, a movement. Yeah. And these are things I know because I've talked with Sarah about what her book's about. So we're helping kids to understand their feelings and emotions and how to take care of the earth.
I
So
like that.
it's going to be big.
Well, when you put it like that.
So that's our end goal.
Mhm.
But we're not going to take the full goal because that's, like I said, Sarah likes to do chunks. So we're chunking it right back, and we're only looking at what do we need to do to get this book published onto Amazon so people can buy it everywhere. Right?
Breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe.
You've got this.
Yep,
You only
you
have to
sure
write
do.
the book. I have to do all the publishing piece. You only have to write the book.
So,
The book's
let me
written.
ask. So, are you telling me, Cindy Lou, you've opened up your own publishing company? Is that what you've done? And you, Bebo Publishing? I mean, what is it?
Yeah, Be Bold, Do Publishing. Yeah, I opened that up with this book, or maybe it was
The other 17 billion books you got back there.
this book. Wait, let me
Can't
see
do
if this. Wait. Sorry. Let's see if this book has it in the front. Let's see what I wrote. Might not have been this book. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing with this book because I do have the ISBN number. I'm going to be republishing this book.
Great.
With all of the love. So, yeah, that was just published by me as a person. And actually, it's a part of my little life story, so it's fitting. This was the book that I really launched the publishing company with, the Be Bold You Publishing, because I've got this. I've got a workbook that I'm working on right now, which will be published. I have Be Bold You journals, which this is an old one. I don't see any of them. Oops, the new ones. It's an old. That was the first one that I did. 8 Keys to Stand Strong. And this one just has independently published. So I don't have the Be Bold You Publishing in here. So that was even before the other one. So yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Awesome.
Owning what I'm doing and all that jazz. And this one here has been revised, and yeah, so the new one might have that in it. I don't have a copy of the new one. Anyway, I'm learning and doing. I'm learning in my doing, and sometimes that's the best way to learn, right? Just do it and learn it, and
that's how we
make
all
it better for next time. Make it better for next time. It's how you walked, right? You get up and took 2 steps and fell down. Then you get up and took 2 steps and fell down, and then you get up and stood there and went, maybe I shouldn't step at all. I'll just sit back down again. And then you took 3 or 4 steps, right? Then you crawled for a week or 2 because you thought, oh, I didn't like that falling down, and then you got back up again and tried it again.
That's it.
So that's what we're doing. We're just doing it with publishing books. And I started with my own. And now that I've published 10 or so books, including all my journals, I'm ready now to say, okay, Sarah, I'll help you publish yours. So Sarah is my first book. I think my first book outside of this. I've helped some other people publish theirs to actually do their own publishing, but this is the first one where I'm publishing it for her. Whoa! So exciting.
It is very exciting.
So where we're going is a published book. What do we need? The story, which we already have. Oh, Cassandra's refreshed. We already have the story. You've written the words. Have you had somebody edit those words?
No, I edited them myself, but you might want to have a look at them.
Yeah, I was going to say we need to have somebody else edit them. Editing is traditionally not a part of publishing. It is anywhere from 2 cents to 8 cents a word, depending on what kind of editing it needs. 2 cents a word is one or 2 cents a word is simply proofreading, and then 3 to 5 cents is doing a little bit of structure and whatever, and that 6 to 8 cents is it needs some major restructuring, right? So, and editing is never priced until you look at this, look at it to know what kind of work it's going to need, which we've learned along the way. And so the book, the editing, a layout. You have to choose on what kind of layout. So hers is a children's book, so she's got to gather illustrations on top of gathering her words. So her illustrator's working on that right now. Words, editing, illustration, layout, proofreading, cover design, and then we get a proof. We upload it, get a proof, review the proof, build out landing page, which you've built out a shop. So you've got that sort of started, but we're going to build out a full landing page where people who buy it can give Sarah a name and email and be able to then have access to special things that book owners will have access to only. There'll be a section, right? You're building that into your thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yep. And Sarah's book's going to come with some pretty rocking stuff. And you're also going to be able to get a possible membership she's building down the road. But that's after book publishing. We won't talk about that now. She is looking for people, and then assembling the launch team is the other piece. So those are the pieces that need to happen between now and the end of March. Right. So now we're going to back it up to when does each of those things need to happen? So end of March, we want book in hand, which means a week before, 2 weeks before the end of March. So about March 15th, we need to be uploading the book. And we're probably going to proof it online. I don't know if we'll get a printed copy unless we decide to go with a local printer.
I wonder if we could get just a local copy.
Yeah, a local copy, just staple.
Yeah, just throw it through the printer and staple it, because you always see stuff in the printed copy that you don't see online. I don't understand why that happens, but I've seen it happen so many times when I've been editing, that I'll edit something online and then I'll go and print it out and read it through, and something just jumps out and I'm like, how the heck can I not see that?
So like this book's been out for a year. And yesterday I had to send somebody this little blurb, or the day before or whatever, this week earlier, I did an interview about this book. And so I had to send them the blurb, and I'm typing the blurb up because I didn't want to go in and just grab it and copy and paste it. I feel like turning on the computer. I was on my phone and so I was typing it out by hand. There's a typo, which I hadn't seen until I was typing it out. So this will be being fixed, and I'm going to add a little purple border all the way around, which will be very nice and set it apart nicely. So
I'm absolutely mortified.
I know, right?
But you know what? Let me say something. There's this guy, and I can't think of his name for right now, but I got one of his books. But anyway, he's based out of St. Louis. I think he lives in New York now, and he's a speaker, coach, whatever. And he published his first book at the time, and once again, he didn't catch it. His editor didn't catch it. And what he did was, from that moment, because it was all about getting the book out, right? Getting out what's in you. He makes sure every time he writes a book, if it has a typo in it, he keeps the typo in it. So it can, as an encouragement and a reminder, not only to himself, but other people, that it's okay if you have that happen, because most important is that it gets out and it helps to transform lives. So he always makes sure, and he has bestsellers, and he always makes sure that if there's a typo, he keeps it in there. So I'm not saying that you got to do that, Sarah, but it's just for those who may have that moment where you're like, oh my God, it's not a perfect book because I got a typo. It's still a perfect book because you got it out, and the message is going to transform lives.
Here's the amazing thing with not Facebook, with publishing through KDP. If you find an error like that, like I can upload a new cover, and anyone who's bought it before the date I upload the new cover and it gets approved will have the old copy with the error. But anyone moving forward will have the new cover.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because they print on demand. So I can correct it and it'll go forward, which is great. And because it's the cover, I am going to correct it. Because I'm like, no, it's on the cover. Let's correct it. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
That's wonderful. Well, ladies.
Okay. You have to go. We love you.
Love you guys.
We'll
it's been great.
Finish this out, and we will see you on your Monday or Tuesday, where we're going to talk maybe a little bit about.
Won't.
No, you're not going to see you. Okay, we're not seeing her.
Yeah, I'm going to be traveling, so you won't be able to see me. But I'll talk about all that jazz later, ladies, and let y'all know.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so we now have a book in our hand for proof. We're going backwards, though.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cover design, but we've already got that. Well, we've got that started. We'll still need to finish the cover design.
Yep.
Because we'll have to, once we know how many pages it is, we can finish the cover design. You can't do the final cover design until you know how many pages it is. Because of the distance in the spine, it affects how big the cover is front to back, front and back.
Okay, yep.
So you can't actually complete it until we know how many pages it is. So the pages comes from the layout. So prior to creating the cover, we finished the layout. Prior to that, we need scans of all of the pictures and all of the words given to your layout designer. In this case, aka me. So I should have the words before I get the graphics. So you're going to send me the words now. That's kind of where we're at.
Yep.
And then the place for people to buy. And then we will also build a landing page that will be more robust than the simple shop, but people can get it now by going to the shop.
Right. Okay. So even though it's out of stock at the moment,
it says out of stock.
Yeah.
I think
do we
you can
put
buy
it coming soon or something, or can you still buy it, or
let me see. Sold out. This product is no longer available. Sold out. It does say sold out. So message this seller to ask about the product is what comes up. So that can work. People can message you and you can let them know how they can give you a pre-sales payment. Will that work?
Yeah. So will that
right now?
be a PayPal thing that I load up onto the Facebook page,
Right
or
now, it's just a message that you would get, and then you would talk to them and find out how they need to pay, because if they're in the US, they'll probably be paying by PayPal. If they're in New Zealand, you can have them pay you by direct deposit because of how easy that is in this country.
so
So we need to create a spreadsheet maybe of pre-sales. Not
yeah,
maybe. We need to create a spreadsheet for your pre-sales.
yeah,
We may want to create a bot that helps you with these messages when they come in,
yeah.
that says, hey, I'm not on here 24/7, so I've asked my bot, or hey, this is Sarah bot, or however you want to call it, or Cecil bot. I'm not sure what you're going to call it, or farm bot. Nope, don't do farm bot because that doesn't sound right. Sarah Louise bot, I don't know. So just somehow you're going to have a bot, and you need to let them know it's a bot. It's super important that they know that they're talking to a bot. And a bot is an automated messaging system, for those who are listening and saying, what's a bot? And that way you can give them an auto response right away that says, hey, I'll get back, Sarah will get back to you the next time she's online, because you're not living online. And you will talk with them and figure out. So we may even be able to put in there, do you want to pay by American dollars or New Zealand dollars, and figure that piece out. So you and I need to kind of massage that piece of it right now, is the payment piece of it for pre-sales. And then that will flow over into, so that's one of the things, if you're doing a book, or you're doing a product, you're doing any kind of anything, you've got to have three things. You got to have the product. We're working on how to get that product completed today. We've walked ourselves back to where we are now, and where we are now, this week's step is to figure out a bot, I think. Wouldn't you say, Sarah? And I don't think either of us had thought about that until just now.
No.
So this walking things backwards is what helps you to determine, what do I need to do now to keep moving forwards? So sending me the text is one thing, and then the second thing which is only going to take 2 seconds, right? So we can go on to the next thing, which is creating this bot.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm just highlighting the fact that I need to send the Word doc, and then we need to do the bot.
And for those who might be watching, can you tell them what you've done up until this point to get to here where we are?
Oh my word, what have I done?
I can keep going backwards if you want. So you secured a layout person. Well, you created your way for people to connect with you about the book, right? So that's the most recent thing we've done. You connected, and
that was both a Facebook page and a
we're working on the membership site.
So no, we've got
right?
the Sarah Louise Instagram.
All right.
So I've done the Facebook Sarah Louise, and I've done the Instagram, and then somewhere along the line I need to have like a
I need to do a link thing, so that when they go on your Instagram, they can click on the link thing, and it takes them with options to buy, to look at the membership, to follow you on Facebook, to what else might they want to do? Send you, well, I guess if they follow you on Facebook, they can message you there.
The other question is, like Harry McCleary, do I have a like Facebook Sarah Louise and then Cecil?
You can do, but you can actually do that one later. So we focus on the one place right now.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. It's just I'm aware that I've just really, yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Options to buy, follow on Facebook, message.
The Cecil piece will come with the launch process, and we'll talk about that next time. Right now, we're just talking about getting the book published. We don't want to go too quick into those other pieces at this moment.
hang on a second. Cecil with launch. Oh, that was another thing I had, was whether or not I do a Cecil space on Clubhouse so that people can hear me reading Cecil or any other stories.
So do you do a Sarah Louise?
I'm making a note there, and we can explore that.
Yep.
And whether or not I have a Sarah Louise
in
page.
the marketing and presenting area. Yep.
Right.
So you have secured your your illustrator, going backwards, right? We secured the illustrator and started getting the illustrations from her.
Yeah.
Before that, you interviewed illustrators. You wrote the book, and you ideated about where it might go.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of other things that you've done in there, but those are the main things.
Yep.
And we're not going to talk about anymore because that's a lot.
Yeah. It took me a good 18 months to think about, maybe 2.5 years to think about what it was that I wanted to do to get me to this point. And along the way, it's been a case of, okay, I've got this idea. And then there was a writing process. And then once I got the writing done, it was a case of, I needed to think about it for a bit. And then it was a case of, okay, well, I've got this far, now it's time to do the illustrations. And then I had to figure out about interviewing an illustrator. And then I had the right feel for the illustrator, and she and I got on really well together, and looked at some of the illustrations that they'd done otherwise. And then it was a case of, okay, here's the story. I'm reading you the story. Now here's some photographs, because that's another part of who I am as a photographer. So I'm taking photographs and I'm sending those over to her so that she's got the right colors and all that sort of thing. And yeah, you're right, it's a lot.
Yeah. So when you got your words done was when you said, I need to find a publisher. I think you had your words pretty well done, or were you working on writing them? You started writing them and said, I need to find a publisher.
No, I knew. What came first, chicken or the egg?
That was kind of it. That's what I wanted to bring out. You can do it either way. You can have a concept in your brain and find a publisher that will go with that concept, or you can have that concept fully out and present it to publishers to see if they want to publish. Those are the two routes of publishing, right? You have a concept, you want to do it, and you can self-publish. You don't have to find a publisher. You can self-publish. And walking you through self-publishing is a do-it-yourself thing. And I'm happy to do that with anybody if they'd like me to do that. You're going to do the work, and the price is reduced that way. So talk to me about that if you want to do that. And
by the way, she's worth every cent, and probably about 50 times more. Just saying. In my humble opinion.
I'm so excited about your book. Are you kidding? I'm just so excited. I'm like thrilled with what you're doing and getting everyone on board, including your beloved. And yeah, it's going to be super exciting. It's going to be a great ride. So if y'all would like to ride along with Sarah Louise and Cecil,
Cecil.
Cecil the sheep, then definitely come along. She's got some other friends coming down the road too. So
there's Roxy and there's Henrietta.
Okay.
So Roxy's the Hunterway, and Henrietta's the heifer.
Henrietta the heifer. Henrietta wasn't fully named the other day, so now Henrietta has a name.
Yeah. Henrietta the heifer and Roxy the Hunterway.
So it's going to be a series. She's starting her journey on a series of children's books that are going to help them to understand the world around them, to understand the world inside of them, and to take care of the world around them and take care of the world inside them, which I think is amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah. So until Tuesday, New Zealand time, and Monday, American time, we're going to say goodbye to you, our friends. Thank you for watching this live on demand presentation of the Create Bold Impact on Purpose with vision and
Strategy.
I'm going to remember it. Strategy. I'm going to remember that, which is so funny. Why do I have a block for strategy? It's so funny because this is the block that I've had, right? It's like, that's what I do. I do strategy. You do vision. Together we do vision and strategy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So bye. Ciao, y'all.
See you.
We're going exit music.